Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, welcome again. I'm about to make another video titled The Last Kicks of a Dying Horse, or Raila and Azimio's Downfall. But before I make this video, if you are just seeing this video right now and you haven't subscribed, please, it will take you less than a second. Just click on that subscribe button and like button, and please comment and share it. Tell me your views, whether you disagree, that's fine. But before I go ahead with the video, I would like to make a specific thank you, express my gratitude to Miguna for posting one of my videos in his platform. He obviously has a huge platform, more than me, so it was really nice. I got really good feedback from the people, and that gave me the encouragement to make another video and more videos. And also Mr. Ferdinand Oguma, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Long may it continue. I hope he posts more of my videos, because I feel like there's a lot of bloggers, especially who talk about Kenyan politics, that are really skewed towards, they are more of pro-Raila, pro-Azimio. I don't know if it's due to intimidation or, you know, that's what people want to hear, but my videos will be based on the truth. And so far, as I look at the Kenyan political landscape, I think Mr. Miguna is not only an interesting character, of course, but he stands for truth and justice, and I will always support that, okay? Unless he, veers off the road and starts doing other things, then that's when we'll depart. But as of now, Miguna is on the right track. He's telling truth, and he's fearless about that. He's been through so much. So I will be making videos, not only about him, but I'll give you an objective view of any issues that Kenya are facing. All right. Now, here's why I say Raila and Azimio are going to fall, and they're falling quick, if not soon. If you really look at what's going on in Kenya right now, if you look at their speeches, let's start by the speech by Oburu Odinga, who is Raila's older brother, I believe. He gave a speech the day after Miguna arrived in Kenya. He was in a church, and he said that the media should not focus on Miguna, stop treating Miguna as a god and all that. And I kept on thinking, why is he saying that? I mean, the media just reporting this is a guy who's been outside the country, forced into exile for almost 5 years, and he's back, and he has a following, and they came to greet him. Why will the media not report that? I mean, they did, not to the extent that maybe I would have liked, but that's newsworthy. So why was Oburu getting mad and saying, "Oh, they're treating him like a god"? That's one. Then I listened to the speech by not only by it was Babu Owino. He said on his Instagram, calling Miguna names and all that. And Babu Owino, to me, has no credibility, because I think personally he needs to be in prison now for shooting that DJ on camera. But you know how Kenya works. You pay people and you go and negotiate and they let you go. So to me, he has no credibility. So whatever he says, no one should really pay attention to him. Okay. This is what I think about Azimio and Raila. They're trying to create a perception that this presidential contest is not over. Macau Mutua tweeted yesterday saying that they did not concede and that this presidential contest is not over, and told people to stay tuned. Martha Karua went and filed a petition at the East African Court of Justice, challenging the Kenyan Supreme Court's findings on the election contest, which really tells me they're trying to tell their supporters that there's still hope. Basically, trying to capture their supporters, who are few, I might add, try to capture their attention Because without all these shenanigans, Martha Karua, Raila Odinga, and the rest of them, the Azimio Brigade, will be irrelevant. They're not relevant anymore. Nobody cares. What do they have to offer? So they have to keep on doing these shenanigans to keep people focused. So the news can report, oh, Martha Karua went and filed whatever, Makau Mutua tweeted this, oh, you remember when Raila went to the funeral, his wife's bodyguard's funeral, and say that, okay, stay tuned, I'll be telling you guys more, this thing is not over. But we all know this thing is over. William Ruto is the president. There's no way out of it. Like I say, their main aim, they know it's over, but their main aim is to keep the nation or their supporters still looking at them as if they are still relevant. But the reality is, these people are now irrelevant. Nobody cares about them. They have nothing to offer to Kenyans, okay? So they have to make noise to keep up with that. All right, let's go to Miguna. Miguna gave a speech yesterday or the day before that in Magina village, his home. I don't know if it was a funeral, I don't know what the occasion was, but he says something very interesting. He said, in order to take power, you need three things. You need money, guns, or votes. Okay? Which I agree. Okay? With that said, he also tweeted yesterday and said, Nyanza cannot be liberated without dealing with Raila Odinga. Right? That is very true. Mr. Odinga, Raila Odinga in particular, has a strong grip on Nyanza province. But this is what I believe. After his handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, that was he wrote his political obituary on that day. Because if you remember, most of his supporters were not happy about that. And they've never been happy since. He betrayed everything that his diehard supporters were protesting for. The people that were killed, the people that were maimed, the people who were jailed, and the trauma that comes with it. Did that for nothing once he shook hands with Kenyatta. All right? So he's already on the wrong side of history. Now, how do we defeat Raila Odinga? Okay? Two people that will defeat him. First of all, he has already shot himself in the leg by doing that. Okay? And ever since shaking the handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, who was the main perpetrator of this, he lost his credibility. But two people who are going to actually put him in a political coffin and bury him. William Ruto and Miguna. Again, two people that will totally destroy Raila Odinga are William Ruto and Miguna. Let's start with William Ruto. Remember, Miguna said you need three things to take power. Okay? Money, guns, and votes. William Ruto has the votes. William Ruto has the money. And he has the guns. Now, the gun part, let me just say this. I don't know who's in control of the military. But as the armed chief, head of the armed forces, is William Ruto. Okay? So the army report to him. So he has the guns. Okay? And he has the money. Okay? And he got the votes. That's why he became president. Raila has money. If you look at this, and let me back up a little bit. The things that are keeping Raila, or the reason why he's trying to gasp for air, the reason why he's still relevant, is he has the media on his side. They do these shenanigans to stay relevant. So what does he do? He gives speeches in funerals. That's number one. Trying to, encourage his supporters. Two, he has this bunge la wananchi, If you look at that bunge la wananchi, it's basically ODM supporters who criticize Ruto, okay? And their criticism is ridiculous, really, if you look at it, because the things they're saying, it's either lack of information or just, I don't know. I don't want to talk down to people, but that's their view. And the reason why I say the bunge la wananchi is an ODM outfit, Raila, before he went to India, he went to that bunge la wananchi and gave a speech, okay? So we know that's like ODM outfit, okay? So they have those two. And Raila and Azimio, they have money, okay? Whether Uhuru is still giving him money, whether Raila is using his own money or his money that he collects from the ODM members, he's using that to campaign, basically, to keep him news-worthy, okay? So people can talk about him, so he can stay relevant. Those are the three things that he uses. So this is how he's going to be destroyed by Miguna and Ruto. Ruto, if you noticed, is starting to go after the people who actually made Raila who he is, relevant, who is making him relevant. What do I mean by that? The Muradis. Remember Murade when a few months ago he said this is going to be a Mandela moment for Raila, which was ridiculous. You can't compare Raila and Mandela. That's just, I don't know. But anyway, Murade is one of the Raila supporters who are bankrolling Raila's campaigns, okay? But Ruto is doing this. He's going after these people. These are people who are humiliating Ruto. So he's going after Murade. He's going after Atwoli. He's going after, I don't know why he's not after Matiang'i yet. Kinoti. Speaking of George Kinoti, did you guys, do you watch the news? Raila had the audacity of defending George Kinoti. This guy who was responsible for those flying squads who are killing people. And by the way, David Gachagua, please stop replying to Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga has no relevance. Get somebody like Itumbi to reply to Raila. You don't give him the shine. Ignore him. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, all right, back to what Ruto can do to destroy him, which he's actually doing. Ruto is going after these corrupt, murderous individuals. The Murades, the Atwolis, okay? Especially Kinoti. I'm happy about that. I want to see Kinoti prosecuted, okay? He's going after them. Basically, the whole idea of that is doing this. Clipping the people who are providing money for Raila and Azimio. His sponsors. They are corrupt. We all know that. So it's easy to prosecute them. Go after them. Okay? If you want to destroy somebody, go after their money supply. Go after these criminals. So he's going after them. That's number one. Number two, if you listen to what Raila was saying, they're trying to blame Ruto for the food shortages in Nyeri and Turkana and other parts of Kenya. You can't really blame Ruto. Ruto has been on president for how long? 3 months. This has been happening for the past 5 years. We know who was in power for the past 10 years. Kenyatta. Kenyatta is squarely responsible for lack of food in Kenya. And Ruto is doing the right thing right now because, number one, let me not enumerate these things, but the one thing that he's doing right is, you heard him say, plant trees, the subsidies he's giving to the farmers to increase food production, okay? Those are the policies that he's putting in place to avoid future famine, okay? Or food shortages. So, Raila had the audacity to tell Ruto, to criticize Ruto for going after Kinoti. I mean, this is the same Raila who said also, he also said, oh, we need to go after the person who killed Msando. Do you remember after Raila had the handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, he never mentioned even once anything to do with Justice from Sando or Jacob Zuma. He kept silent until Kenyatta left office. Now he's talking about we need justice from Sando. This is how ridiculous this guy is. Okay? So Ruto, number one, he's going after the people who are sponsoring Raila, which is good. Two, he is putting policies in place, or at least right now his action is taking care of the food crisis that we have in Kenya. It's not his fault, but he's doing something about it. Number three, and I think this is tied in with Miguna too. If Ruto improves the economy, not only in one region, but Kenya in general, including Nyanza province, people will look at him different. People care about their pockets. If you improve somebody's economic situation, they might not like you as a person, but they will vote for you. I'll tell you that right now. Let's go to Miguna. Miguna is exposing Raila. He's demystifying this Raila figure. You know, Raila has been the big man for a while in Nyanza province. But since the coming back of Miguna, he's now on the ground. Remember, they're trying to have him media blackout on him. But as I say, Miguna can counter the Bunge la Wananchi method by touring different universities, giving speeches, engaging with the people, especially university kids. Because these are the guys who are really out there. They're young, hungry, and they're curious about the politics. I'm not saying the average Joe does not, but I'm saying these are the guys who really steer the engine of political revolution. If you remember Fidel Castro, they took over Havana one time when he was in university. He was a law student. They tried to, take over the government there, and he got arrested. But that's a story for another day. So I'm just giving an example. I want to keep this video short, okay? I will give a part 2 of this video. I just wanted to make it short. It's already 17 minutes. I don't want to bore you, but stay tuned. I will give you point to point what will happen, what might happen, what is likely happening right now, and what is actually happening right now that will make Azimio fall. Azimio has no stance. So, the future vloggers, please, let's offer an alternative voice, okay? That's protesting against people like Raila Odinga's and George Kinoti's and Uhuru Kenyatta. These people should be in jail. But for now, subscribe, like, tell me what you think. I'll make a part 2. I don't want to make this too long. I don't want to bore you. But please like, subscribe, and share. I will come up with part 2. This is Fabrizio Bromano. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you in the part 2 of this video, okay? Peace.